Tech, the California Institute of Technology, where I went as an Institute Scholar back in '61, we were given tests, open book tests every week. And I'll tell you a story, and I'm not going to take too much longer, only about 3 or 4 more minutes. We were the best of the best. I mean the best of the best from the best countries in the world. Only 20 students. There were students from Brazil, one from England, one from France, one from Japan, I was from India, and so on. And all of us were the first-ranked students from respective countries. And Professor Steckler, he was the head of the aeronautical department at the time, Ernest Steckler, German born. He gave us a test. And in the test, one of the boys got a 0. And you should have seen that boy. Those people have white skin. And when they cry, they become red. Allah has given us a good color. See, when we cry, we don't become red. We just cry. आंसू बहाते हैं ऐसे होते हैं, लाल नहीं होते. वो जैसे पंडू होते हैं ना, वैसे पंडू हो गया. Because he was not used to getting a 0. So 0 मिल गया. So he stood up, sir. You know, I did everything correct. मैंने सब कुछ सही किया. लेकिन आखिर में आंसर जो था ना, वो मैंने गलती में गलत तरीके से मैंने कॉपी कर ली. So Professor Steckler said this, and I want to share this with you. He said, suppose you are the program manager for sending a man to the moon. At that time, we were involved in a race with the Soviet Union to put the man to the moon, and I was a part of it. That effort back in '61, '62, '63, and so on. He said, suppose you are the program manager, the top man. You do everything correctly. All the calculations are done, the experimentation is done, everything is checked and checked and checked. And you know, you had a good masalah in the morning, all the people are gathered in the news media, and there are 3 buttons in front of you. Button number 1 says launch. Button number 2 says destroy. Button number 3 says abort. And in your euphoria, your happiness, you push the wrong button. Instead of sending a man to the moon, it gets destroyed. How much would you give him? How much would you give him? You see, the world is like that. You cannot afford to make mistakes, children. You think that 90% is good. I submit to you, with all humility, is not good enough. There are teachers, good teachers in here. I submit to you that 90%, I want you to achieve perfection, 100%. That is what you have to aim for. And if you deviate from 100%, you have to ask yourself, why did I miss that one point? I have made my mistakes in the past. Even in my career, I made mistakes. Each day I ask myself, why did I make that mistake? I learn from it. So rankstudent.com enables you to analyze your errors using big data analytics. That is not something that is available in India elsewhere. Big data analytics takes a huge amount of data. Analytics tells you what your ranking is, so that you can place yourself as to where you are. So you learn, analyze, and you did for you, so that you continuously improve. It is only for science students, physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, 10+1 and 10+2. And it is used in Karnataka by 10,000 students. The government of Karnataka is using it. Now the government of Uttar Pradesh is adopting it. It is used all over. From the gadget like this, if you have a mobile phone, you can use it at home. So it's a good system. In summary, when you go back home, you ask him, what did the Dr. Saab say? He talked so many different things. I deliberately started with the recitation from the Quran, because it's important for us to know that the source of all knowledge is the word of Allah. You see, Ibn Arabi was one of the greatest of great awliya Allah, one of the greatest of the great scholars who lived in the 11th century. You know what his greatness was based on? His greatness was based on the fact that he took the 99 names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and on each one of those names he wrote a big book. That was his greatness. All knowledge is nothing but the name of Allah. And I'm not going to go into that. I started with it. And then I pointed out to you that you live in a shrunken globe, wherein your competition is not just in here, it's all over. And you must learn to compete. You grow as human beings, and by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this college is giving you the ability to become leaders. Become leaders, but learn to compete in the world with the best of the best. And then I pointed out why it was that we missed in the past, because we neglected technology. Don't neglect technology. Use it properly. Don't abuse it. If you have a mobile phone, don't use it to play games. Don't waste your time, because time is a gift from Allah. Use it to learn. Use it every single day to learn. You must grow in knowledge by the minute, by the hour. Did our Prophet ﷺ ever waste a minute? Did the Sahaba ever waste a minute? Did Tabi'een ever waste a minute? And I can talk and talk and talk, and this is not the occasion to do that. But there are different kinds of audiences to whom I give different kinds of talks. No, they did not. Every minute they were growing. Inna a'tayna kal-kawthar. You know the true meaning of it is? Indeed, the Kawthar is not the fount of abundance. Some of the, ulama talked about there is a fountain out there in heaven. It comes to the word kathir, meaning boundless, infinite. You must go for the infinity. So many great scholars of this classical era went for the infinity. That's the reason to let in science and technology. Then I came back to the methodology of doing it. I gave you some pointers. Use your time. Honor knowledge. Honor those with knowledge. Honor your teachers. Honor your parents. Honor to yourself. And use your time effectively. Use technology. And take a look at ramstone.com. It's a very effective system. With these few thoughts, I conclude my few observations. I've been very happy to interact with you, talk to you. It's my honor to be with all of you young people. It's my honor to be at this institution, sir. It's always